So my latest thing is the harmonica because they're just so easy and I don't need to play things with my fingers. Anyways, Amanda Johnson asked me, Anick, can you make a video about what is your why? I'm like, yeah, I'll make a video right now. Grab my book. I'm going to be doing a lot of reading and I'm going to read it to you guys and explain it to you. So the video might be a little bit long, but you guys are kind of used to this, right? It really helped me because I didn't know what my why was and this really helped me. And this is from the book, Living Intentionally from John C. Maxwell. He does a great explanation on what is your why. P.S. If you don't know me, my name's Anick Gervais, and I am a star director in the Scentsy world. I am a proud Scentsy sister. My family's called the Scentastic family because we are Scentastic. Okay, what is your why? Everyone has a why and has the ability to find it. Do you believe that too? If not, are you willing to accept the idea? If you haven't already found yours, I believe you can. Every person was created to do his or her part to better mankind. That includes you. Every person has talents that will help him or her better mankind. That includes you. Every person is given an opportunity to better mankind. That includes you. Every person has a purpose for which he or she was created, and that includes you. Every person must look within to discover his or her purpose, and that includes you. Some people seem to be born having a sense of their why. I believe Dolly Parton is one of those people. Margaret has been, who is his wife, John C. Maxwell's wife, a longtime fan of hers. And not long ago, she handed me an article from a Guidepost magazine about Dolly. From the time she was a child, she knew what she was meant to do. In the article, Dolly says, I put a tin can on a stick for a microphone, jab one end into the crack in the porch of our cabin, and sing a song that I just made up all at once. Those weren't our chickens listening to me out there in the yard. They were an audience full of people clapping and cheering. And that wasn't a hand-me-down shift I was wearing. It was a silk dress, a glitter with rhinestone. Mama's people were all musical. Sing one of your songs, she'd say, and I'd sing. My Uncle Louis saw how serious I was about music, so he gave me a guitar, a Baby Martin. Oh, I love that guitar. I played it all the time. Dolly sang at every opportunity she got and performed on the radio when she was a kid, just a little kid. As a young woman, she went to Nashville to try to make it in music, and her talent was quickly recognized. She soon began performing with Porter Wagoner. Her why was fueled when one of the Wagoner's musicians gave her a book for her birthday. It was The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. He knew how to talk to a country girl like me. Dream big, think big, pray big, she says. Lord, that's just what I want to spend my life doing. Maybe you already have a strong sense of your why, just as Dolly Parton does. If so, you already have a great head start on your significant journey. However, if you're like most people, you would be grateful to have some help figuring out your why. I want to help you with that. The process begins with questions. I love to ask questions. They have unlocked more doors of opportunity for me than anything I have ever done. So I ask in any and every kind of situation. And then I listen to the answers. That's where learning begins to happen. Have you ever asked yourself a question and then you just start getting an answer? Or have you had ever a pen or a piece of paper and you're writing yourself a question? Oh, I am recording. Phew! Because my throat is scratchy. Have you ever just asked yourself a question while you were journaling and then your hand just started writing? The thoughts started rolling in? Asking questions is always a really good idea, and listen to the answers of the questions. My mother is the one who taught this to me. It seems she already had it for me, always. And whenever she gave her time to me, I knew I had her full attention. We would sit down together and she would listen to me, sometimes for hours. She always listened until I was talked out. No interruptions, with continual visual expressions to let me know she was hearing every word and understanding the feeling that accompanied each idea. She heard with her ears and connection with her eyes. Her head, her heart constantly gave me unconditional love. Does it sound like she was a saint? She was. She was my mother. Mom asked questions only when I was finished talking. They were filled with amazing insight because she always heard me out. Her reflective nature allowed her to think through each question she asked and couch it in a context of love. Her questions helped me sort out my feelings and caused me to reflect. It was at her side that I learned that listen and ask questions. My mother passed away in 2009, and I miss her greatly. The first question you must ask yourself is this: how can I add value to others? If you can quiet yourself enough to listen for that answer from within yourself, you will begin to understand your why. I have to tell you that this question has been the foundation and driver of every significant act in my life. Did you get that? Having a life that matters comes from the ability to add value to others. This is where significance starts. Let that idea stir within you while I show you more significantly how to find your why. 3 clues to your why. Back in 1965, when I was studying for my bachelor's degree at Ohio Christian University, a speaker came to my Psychology 101 class and asked us 3 questions. To this day, these questions have shaped my life. At that time, I was only 18 years old, freshman, and I was not sure of my answers. But the questions stayed with me, and I have revisited them again and again over the years. I'll share them with you because I believe they will help you find and better understand your why. Question 1. What do you cry about? What do you cry about? The first question asks you to look inside yourself and think about what breaks your heart. What disturbs you? What inflicts emotional pain? What causes you so much discomfort that you are motivated to take action and do something to bring healing to that situation? When I heard this question at 18, I didn't have a clear answer. Today, I do. My heart breaks when I see people falling short of who they are, who they can be. People have so much potential and many fall short and live broken and unfulfilled lives. It brings tears to my eyes. Because I have a gift and talent in the area of communication and leadership, I feel a great sense of responsibility to try help people in this area, to inspire and lead them to change and grow to their potential. I feel the weight of it on my shoulders every day. What does carrying that weight mean to me? First, it means I am always conscious of my calling to help others find significance in their lives. When I see people, I see their greatest potential. I see them as potential 10s. My overwhelming desire is that they see it too. I want them to shake off the mental and emotional shackles that bind them and run the race of life with excellence and exuberance. And anytime I can help them do that, it raises my spirit and makes me think I was born for this. When I read this, I highlighted that because it's like he's in my brain. Recently, I had a lunch with 3 wonderful people. And by the way, you don't need to have a big why like this. This doesn't need to be your why, or what disturbs you. It doesn't need to be big like this. It could just be like it disturbs you that you can't take holidays when you want to take the holidays. It disturbs you that you can't be where your kids are when you want to be there. It disturbs you that you don't have enough money to do something. It could disturb you about people not being nice to animals. So you'd love to make a bunch of money with Sensi to help fund that project. Recently, I had a lunch with 3 wonderful people. Michael, the CEO of Top Marketing Group, and his friend John and Laura Ashley Manning. I was humbled by when John said that having lunch with me had been one on his bucket list. The 4 of us had a great time telling stories and exchanging leadership experiences. At one point in our conversation, Michael bravely and openly shared about his heartbreaking childhood. After dropping out of school in 9th grade, he spent his time smoking dope and chasing women. To his own words, he was a bum. Michael said that based on their early years, neither he or John would have been identified by anyone who knew them as a person who would make a difference in their lives or others. Yet both of these men are now helping thousands of people. What was the genesis of their turnaround? Remarkably, they said it was reading my book, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Both say it caused them to see themselves differently. As I read, John said, "I felt your belief put into me with every turn of the page." Michael added, "I began to see myself as a person of value, and that changed the way I started seeing others." As I sat at the table listening to these 2 incredible, accomplished business share their stories and discoveries, I was humbled. I wrote the book to help people But to actually hear someone explain how it helped him realize his God-given potential was extremely rewarding. Such experiences make the weight of responsibility for helping others feel just a bit lighter. The second thing I understand about the weight I am carrying is that I must be the voice that calls people to intentional living, and use the words call purposely, because for me it's a calling. I need to give expression to people's longing to make a difference and let them know that it is within their reach. Perhaps that's why I identify with the words of Elizabeth Rundle Charles, who wrote in the Chronicles of the Schomburg-Coda family. To know how to say what other people only think is what makes men poet and sages. And to dare to say what others only dare to think makes men martyrs or reformers. Martyrs? I'm French. I am sorry. The third thing, the weight of this calling means to me is that I believe I am supposed to be the catalyst in bringing people together to do significant work. Can you relate to that? I can. Leadership is my life. I get an enormous change from casting vision and then bringing people together to reach a level of significance that is important without a team effort. It is at the core of my why. So what makes you cry? What makes your heart break? What touches you at the depth of your soul? Do you already know the answer? Or is it something you need to start exploring and thinking about? When trying to figure out what makes you cry, you can look at your personal history. You can think back to your childhood. You can tap into social justice issues that get you angry. You can think about the last thing you got highly emotional about, or the thing that you always get emotional about. Any of these things can be the clues to what make you tick and what they will help you identify your why. So we're gonna work on that. Question number 1. What do you cry about? Question 1. What do you cry about? Let's work on that. And we're gonna work on our why. And we're gonna work on that. Think about that. Write what makes me cry and see what you end up writing. Or when you ask yourself that question, what comes to your mind? Me, when I was thinking about this, I highlighted. It talks about my past. And if you guys, not everybody knows about my past, but I was highly depressed and highly suicidal, and I tried to kill myself many times. I was super sad, and when I think about my past, I can instantly go to those feelings and I can instantly start crying. And I didn't feel I didn't feel worthy. I felt this big. I felt stupid. I felt like an alien. I felt dumb. I didn't feel like anybody loved me. And I wasn't in a situation where that situation was showing up. It was really all within. And I don't know why, and I think there's a reason why that happened, because in the future, there's going to be this big thing about mental health, and I have no shame in my story. So I don't mind sharing my story. So I love that God gave me this opportunity to feel that low, because I think a big percentage of people have felt that low. A part of my why is what makes me cry is when I go back to that feeling of feeling not worth. That makes me cry. That hurts my feelings. And it's a dark feeling and it's not fun. And when you felt a certain feeling, you never want to feel that feeling again. Well, instead of staying in that feeling, I want to get out of that feeling. So my why is about feeling my worth and feeling valued. And I know that when I can help other people feel their worth and feel they're valued, it gives me more worth. That, you know what? I am part of this plan and I am meant to be here, and I'm supposed to just help people feel their worth. Like, so many people will help me, so I need to be here and help other people. That's part of my why. But your why can be completely simple. Like, don't feel less than if your why is just little or not so big or you have no idea. Don't worry about that. It's okay, because we need people with smaller dreams and smaller goals, or our mail wouldn't be delivered and our delivery wouldn't be delivered and we wouldn't have any food in the grocery store. You know what I mean? Like, everyone is part of this. You are all destined to be here. You are all part of this puzzle. We need all of you. And the more that we can figure out our why, the more that we're gonna get up every morning with our purpose and with a smile, because it's like, you know what? This is what I'm meant to do. I'm okay. I'm happy just doing this. This is awesome. So this is the part of finding out our why. So what makes you cry? Let's work on that. So that's your first clue. Write it down. And I will post the next video about the second clue of what's your why. And we're going to work on this. It's going to be really fun.